It ain't college football season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. And Key, look at this. Jay is back. Jay is back.
We had Christmas already?
The whole text saying, see you in January. I'm like, I'm not responding. I'm too tired.
You know, Christmas was here and
tired.
passed.
He grew a beard and everything.
Happy New Year, Jay. Glad to see you again.
I thought about you the other day, though, Key. We had to, obviously have my daughter, Penny. We were trying to go for a walk and trying to get out the house. And my wife was like, do you have the wipes? I'm like, oh, God, I forgot the wipes. They were like, you can't leave the house without having 10,000 things now to leave the house.
You just leave it in your car, too. Leave it in your stroller. Leave it in your car.
You
always have a backpack.
You got two
ready
strollers
to go.
now. Got two backpacks.
Yeah,
I feel like a damn AAU team leaving.
Why you got two? Why don't you just get the double stroller?
We got the double one, then the single stroller for the third.
Oh,
for the third.
But the third you put on the double with the
So
little
scooter on the back.
Yeah, a little platform they can stand up and hold. There's a bunch of. You got the money.
You ever see Eastbound and Down, Jay? You ever see Eastbound and Down?
No.
He threw the kid in the backpack, threw some lettuce in there for the kids in case he got hungry.
No, I'm serious though, Jay. They got so many different strollers. I've gone in my house, in my garage. I probably got, and I just had this screaming and hollering match the other day about getting rid of the strollers. There's probably about 7 strollers lined
That's
up.
my thing.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of upgrade on the stroller.
Yeah, that's okay. You can afford it. Don't complain.
I'm not I'm just saying I can't remember schedules and sleeping arrangements and snacks. And I'm like, I'm stressed.
And then when you go to like the store or whatever, buy bulk, and then you can use and put them everywhere. You got to have them everywhere.
The logistics alone,
That's what I'm saying. It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time
Thank God my wife is a beast. She's on top of it.
It's going to be fun.
I try.
It'll be fun. And imagine when you call a college basketball game on a Saturday and you get home Saturday night after the college game and then the baby starts screaming. That'll be even better for you because she'll be tired from holding the baby all day and night. And then it's your turn, even though you've been traveling and doing that and the baby's screaming and she looks at you and says, Jay,
you've been
gone. Jay, can you go get him or her for me? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but that one Saturday night, though, I'll have to myself. It makes a world of a difference.
So last night, were you able to stay up till the end of Cowboys Eagles?
I made it through the first half.
First half.
half.
But
I'm not sleeping. We're not sleeping. Nobody's sleeping in my house anyway.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
we're just.
So
everybody's on fumes anyway.
You got through the whole thing.
I got through 3 and a hook.
Same.
Yeah.
3 and a hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I didn't even know what happened. I thought I'm watching the whole thing, and all I knew is what.
But even in the third, it was one of these, and it was then I hear Mike Tirico scream about something, so then I pop back up, of them, and then at that point I just said, man, they ain't gonna win.
But it was typical Eagles, though. Get a lead, kind of give up the lead, but still find a way to win the game.
You know what happened when the Cowboys made it look like, oh, wait a minute, then you're alert, and then at a certain point it became obvious, no, Eagles got this.
Yeah, no, the Eagles got it, and one of the reasons that they got it is my recipe for success. When you can be 15 to 25. $155 and 2 touchdowns, and what's the main column?
No
0
INTs.
No turnovers. So then on the flip side of things, the other guy on the other side, he threw the ball 38 damn times. I don't need Cooper Rush throwing the ball 38 times, and he had 3 picks. You're going to lose. That's the bottom line.
Can you explain?
I was going to say, Max, we talked about this with Cooper Rush, though, and I know that we've been kind of like battling. You have been battling. Key, I watched it last week, and myself. That I don't think he's the long-term answer.
Oh, no.
Because it came down to the point,
I never said he was.
No. I'm just saying, but you said a competition for a quarterback position,
what
right?
I said was I'm not taking him out until he loses.
Okay.
He lost.
So
now
my
it's
only question
over.
is, I feel like you can win. The recipe is if you can run the game, control the clock, he doesn't make any mistakes. But if you get down early and you need him to throw you back in the game, I don't think he's the guy to do that. And we saw that last night.
You saw it last night when you look at Cooper Rush. The thing that he couldn't do is he couldn't succumb to the pressure that was being put on him. The pressure to bear was just something that it was almost like he wasn't familiar with it. His balls was floating. There was no real zip on them.
Sometimes they weren't in the vicinity of the receiver.
Sometimes they were not in the vicinity of the receiver. And you sit there and you go, wait a minute, man. And this is why guys are backups. And it's not being mean to say a guy's a backup. A guy making millions of dollars being a backup for a reason. But as I said last week, when you got certain intel that says to you, hey, Key, man, slow down. Because
but you say a backup, Key, that's exactly what you want from a backup.
Oh, he gave
Dude's going to make 5-6 weeks.
Expectations.
Can you do 155 yards, 2 touchdowns?
But you had me acting like you for about a good week.
You're good at this.
You had me acting like I didn't know football all of a sudden.
No,
And then
I
had to
never said he should be the long-term
then
answer.
I had to get, but you was trying to convince me to the point that had me thinking, yeah, this dude might be, he probably could hold off Dak Prescott if he keeps winning.
If he kept winning,
even if he
won that game last night and didn't throw those, because what it came down to, Key, is what you say. If he had 0 picks and somehow the Cowboys figured out a way to win, I'm not touching it.
Jay, but
it just doesn't matter. It's water
under the bridge. He was going to have 0 picks last. I mean, he was going.
He's going to have picks last night.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why it's not an issue. That's why it's not an issue.
Yeah,
because
but you
it'll
had
show
me,
itself.
Jay. While you were gone,
he
had me
worked on him.
Prior to that, when you were here, he had us kind of. But then he had me all the way over there with him going against you, and then I had to reach out to some people to really get the intel that I needed secretly. And once they told me that, I had to come back in and say, yeah. As they explained to me, they said, man, he's a pumpkin. We've carved out a pumpkin.
Yeah.
And eventually we can't preserve that pumpkin. It's going to rot. And this is what you saw last night.
I'm going to tell you, though, when the Eagles just dominate with that run game, man, of the power of their O-line, that RPO game, kids. I mean, between Lamar Jackson and he doesn't even have it back like Miles Sanders. I'm like, who has the best RPO game in the league?
Do you want to hear from Cooper Rush, or is he yesterday's news already? Or do you want to hear from him? You want to hear from him about his turnovers?
What is he going to say that we're not going to know?
Let's take a listen and see what we think. Here's Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I mean, I think it obviously was the deciding factor. First one was a bang-bang play. Ball bounces up in the air and, oh crap. But, the next one's just got to, can't do it right. And then, I think that was the difference in the game because I think we moved the ball when we were on schedule and plays were there. We were making them. But we gave them 2 or 3 short fields versus a very good offense that they got.
See, the interception that he threw,
Which
really
one?
didn't.
There were 3.
The one that the safety dove at and caught. The problem with that is he really didn't get a chance to step into it the way that he needed to, but also he held it a little longer than what he should have. Once the receiver releases off the line of scrimmage and get past the corner, that's called a turkey hole shot. That means that you shoot it. He should be lasering that thing straight to the sideline on a straight beeline. But I don't know if he has the arm strength to do that. So therefore, it's a lollipop. If he beelines that thing and shoots that thing straight through the turkey hole, the safety never gets over there. CeeDee Lamb catches that and walks into the end zone.
This
is why
Prescott.
you're a backup. But Dak Prescott can do that.
Yeah, and Cooper Rush obviously cannot.
It does show you, though, the power of the Eagles, though, in that secondary, too. I mean, their secondary played well. I mean, look, Max, we're Giants guys. James Bradbury played well.
He's good. We knew Bradbury was good. We just couldn't afford him.
Darius Slay, you know what I mean? Like, they have the pieces in that secondary as well.
Yeah, Slay nice, though.
Hey, can you explain? Yeah, no question. Bradbury makes him better, I think, too. Hey, can you explain to me real quick before we get out of here? What kind of genius thing was this? We're not going to block Micah Parsons.
Well,
they leave him unblocked
game,
multiple times.
Yeah, you leave him blocked because he thinks he got something. Now
he hesitates.
Now you hesitate and freeze him. If you remember the game plan that Swagoo got mad at me and Dan Orlowski for on NFL Live last week, we gave this particular game plan. RPO game, don't block him, let him do it. Now he has to make a decision. Okay, do I take the quarterback? Well, if I take